What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be tying up a pattern that's all my own. I actually have caught a few of my better fish on this. We're going to start things off a little bit of olive UTC 140. That's one of my favorite tying threads. UTC's just all around solid. I'll be using some barred micro fibbits. So we'll go ahead and pull off a couple of those, say 3 or 4. I'm going to use 4 in this instance. Get the tips semi lined up, and we'll measure that out on the shank and catch those in early because the body of this fly is pretty thin. Secure those in with a couple of wraps and trim off the extra. Then when I tied this the first time, I used some pearl flash, like pearl mylar, but I figured out that I like this. This is yellow, a single strand of yellow flashaboo that I'll use for a rib material almost. Tie those in, make sure they're all on top of your hook. This is a UTC X series, or UTC, pardon me. This is an Umpqua X series jig hook. And then for my bead, I'm using a really cheap, they have these tungsten beads you can buy on Amazon. It's like a pack of 200, you get them in one size. This is a 3.3. Now we're going to wrap that. The spirals need to be really close, but not touching. You want to leave it open. And when we hit this with our resin, it'll look segmented. Take that all the way to the front and tie it off as close to the bead that we can. Trim that extra. I use, this is Hairline eye stub. It's really coarse. It's in a peacock color. Remember, for any of those who are just starting, only twist your dubbing in one direction or it will never stick to your thread. I'm going to put that right behind our bead. Like that. You're going to need a decent CDC feather for this. And I know that decent CDC is hard to find. We're going to split our thread using our bodkin here. I normally use my scissors, but when I do that, it makes people nervous. So, create a split dubbing loop here. Clip that in and we'll spin our thread. And that will trap all those CDC fibers in there. The CDC doesn't have to be really long for this pattern. Slick all that back. We're just trying to create some things that look like legs, maybe just some tailing fibers. Hit it with a couple of 5 or 6 turn whip finishes right behind the bead. That'll help those CDC fibers stand up. There you go.